Go.
Population Advisory for America. What is the purpose of this presentation? The context of this presentation. We begin in the 1800s. The United States Library of Congress is founded. President John Adams is the first president to live in the White House, and he would be defeated for presidency on December 6th by Thomas Jefferson. The total population of the USA was 5,308,484. Life expectancy is 39.4 years, and the number of babies per woman is 7.03. Now we move to 1825. In the state of Georgia, the Creek Indian tribe give up their last piece of land to the United States government. Use of the Erie Canal began in New York with the first boat departing from New York City. This opened up the Great Lake region by cutting the travel time between the two cities by 75% and shipping costs by 90%. The first experimental steam locomotive was built and operated by John Stevens in New Jersey. The population is 31,443,321. The life expectancy is 39.4 years, and the number of babies per woman is 6.48. Now we move to 1850. The controversy of slavery in America escalates when Henry Clay introduced the Compromise of 1850 to the U.S. Congress on March 7th. Senator Daniel Webster endorses the bill as a measurement to avert a possible civil war. The Fugitive Slave War is also strengthened under compromise, which also ends the slave trade in the District of Columbia. Millard Fillmore is sworn into office as the 13th President of the United States due to death of Zachary Taylor. The population is 23,191,876. The life expectancy is 39.4 years. The number of babies per woman is 5.73. Now we move to the 1900s. The Gold Standard Act is ratified, placing the United States currency on the gold standard. One of the largest world fairs in history opens to the public in Paris, France, with the United States among 42 nations and 25 colonies to exhibit. The World Fair also includes the second modern Olympics and would draw over 39 million people. The population is 212,161. The life expectancy is 48.9 years. The number of babies per woman is 3.854. Now we move to 1825. Radiovision, the precursor for television, is demonstrated by Charles Francis Jenkins when he sent a 10-minute film of synchronized picture and sound for 5 minutes from Anacostia to Washington. The population is 115,800,000. The life expectancy is 58.3 years. The number of babies per woman is 3.01. Now we move to 1950. The Brinks robbery in Boston occurs when 11 people steal $2.8 million from an armored car. The Korean War begins. North Korea is backed by the Soviet Union, which leads to U.S. involvement. On June 30th, ground forces and airstrikes are approved against North Korea. The life expectancy is 68.1, and babies per woman is 3.02. Now we move to 1975. The war in Vietnam came to an end during April, as a series of events lead to the fall of Saigon. The population is 216 million. Life expectancy is 39.4 years, and the number of babies per woman is 4.8. Now we move to 2000. Republican candidate and Texas Governor George W. Bush defeats Democrat Vice President Al Gore in the closest election in history. However, the outcome is not known for over a month due to disputed votes in Florida. The population is at 282,200,000. The life expectancy is 76.9 years, and the number of babies per woman is 2.05. Now we move to 2005. Hurricane Katrina makes its second landfall as a Category 3 hurricane, and it affects most of the US. It kills 1,836 people and causes over $115 billion in damage. The population is 295,500,000. Life expectancy is 77.6 years, and the number of babies per woman is 2.06. Now we move to 2010. The Department of Health and Human Services removed HIV from its list of communicable diseases. The population is 309,300,000. Life expectancy is 78.8 years, and the number of babies per woman is 1.93. Lastly, we move to 2015. The FBI arrests an Ohioan man for threatening to stage an ISIS-inspired attack. California's law, which requires chickens to be raised in more spacious quarters, goes into effect, and a Moscow-based security software discovers the NSA's abilities to hide spying software in hard drives made by several top manufacturers in computers. The life expectancy is 79.1 years, and the number of babies per woman is 1.97. Here we can see the chart and a direct correlation between the increase of the life expectancy and the decrease of babies per woman. Here are some projected patterns. Possible policy. When analyzing the data, we can clearly see that life expectancy increases as the number of babies per woman decreases. This means that women have the chance to live longer, and they are focusing on careers rather than children. And if they do choose to have a child, they only have one. Our potential policy will allow women to focus on careers without sacrificing the chance to have a child. Our policy is called job sharing. Job sharing is when two women who have 2 or more children work a combined 36 hours a week and still get paid the same amount as regular full-time employees. This policy will apply to companies with staff numbers over 100. Our policy ensures that workforce is not affected by allowing women to work, as well as ensures the number of births per woman is strong and stable by providing incentives such as money.